Run it back. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another stream. I hope you guys are doing well today. I'm doing just fine. Feeling a little stressed, feeling a little rushed, but honestly, that's all kind of on me. I'm the maker of my own stress in this situation. So, we win some, we lose some. And I am just moving some stuff around. Sorry, my hair just kind of like refuses to stay on one side. As you can see, I have that little piece that just keeps rolling off of my head. My hair very voluminous today in a way that is very bouncy, but also means it does not want to stay in the spot. It's just kind of like going all over the place. So we're just going to have to deal with that. Both you and I, we're just going to have to deal with it because my head hurts a little bit because I've been staring at screens without, I've been staring at screens without the protection on it, like the making them warmer toned. Although I think technically cooler tone is supposed to be, I think, better for you. But like, don't quote me on that because I'm not sure. Hold on. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. Oh no, Lady Luck, how are you doing? Let me tell you, I've never done anything. Like I've kind of done stuff with like sewing in more of just like patching things up. And so watching you do all the stuff you're doing on your stream, because I've looked here and there, it's just like just mind-blowing. It is absolutely mind-blowing. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. Nope, still didn't get it to work. Oh, but you are reading it. Anyways, here's Wonderwall. Anyways, here's Wonderwall. Is it me? Is my mic just not good? It's not. Hello, test. No, we're good. I just apparently am mumbling, and Streambot doesn't know what I'm doing. It worked. Also, yes, Wonderwall, sorry. that's my test to figure out if my streamer bot is working. Because if it's picking up my voice, that means I didn't fuck anything up. And that's honestly a W for us. But what we're seeing right now, we're still not done yet. We're still not done with the overlay, if that's not abundantly clear. The very last time only, though. Exactly. But yeah, I'm forever impressed with what you do, Lady Luck. And then to find out you haven't been doing it that long, that one, genuinely, I was just like, you mentioned the class you were going to early on in the stream, and I was just like, oh, she obviously must be teaching it. But no, which also then blew my mind again. But yeah, I'm not done with the overlay yet. In theory, I could just remove the overlay from... In theory, I am going to remove, oh no. Oh, undo. There we go. I'm gonna get rid of this background, this map, essentially. If I ever know how to do it, I will. But I don't right now, so we're just gonna pretend that I'll figure it out. I'm gonna get rid of the background because I guess you guys can't really see it. But if I were to come over here, this one, that doesn't clarify anything at all because I've reduced the size of Roll20. Hold on. Do I have screens over here? No. What if I just move this way? Are you on my main screen? You are! I'm just in Roll20. This is just straight up Roll20, that looks like this. I threw the overlay in there so I could overlay it on the other overlay. And it mostly has been working for me to just know where everything is. But on the overlay, it's... Oh, hold on. Everyone hold a second. We're on this screen again. So this is, for the most part, what you guys are going to see tomorrow. Again, I still need to do some adjusting here and there, mostly of where the cards are going to go. But next to me, nope, it's on that side. Next to me on the other side of the overlay, where I have the dots and the X, I'm going to do the same thing I have on the PDF, where it has just a bunch of hexes going down. And that's where we're going to have our little map token, and every day we're going to move it. Also, I have the Jenga tower over here, as you can see. Over here, look at it. Oh, it's the Jenga tower. Oh. I finally figure out how to get the other webcam to work. Hey, Sphinx. Hey, Bude. Hello. How do you guys have two remarkably similar shaped... Oh, there we go. I see. It's a howl emote. Oh. Hello. And then the hello. Also, your entire setup is so crazy to me, Lady Luck. It's crazy. It's just all the cams you've got going on. And then you were like, oh yeah, and then I have another cam I'm gonna put up. I was like, hello? Another one? Production? And then your wireless mic. I forget what they're called. Lava mics? I've also been looking at getting a lava mic because I move too much, and I would rather, lavalier, yeah. I would like to get like this nice audio quality, but I move too much when I'm moving, when I'm doing anything. So I saw Julian using one on his stream. Julian Solomita. He streams. He also used to do YouTube. Most probably notably known from as being Jenna Marble's husband. Moodle. That's what you got one. It's a Rode wireless. Ooh. It's I saw him using one because he stands up and sits down and he moves a lot. And I was just like, that's genius. That's actually genius. And you're the second person I've ever seen use one. And I was just like, maybe this is a sign. Maybe this is a sign I actually have to seriously start looking at all these different looking ones. All these different lavalier mics. But yeah, so on this overlay over there, I have where I'm gonna put... I haven't drawn it out, obviously. It's not on there yet. I'm gonna do the map on that side. I figured out why this other camera wasn't working, and now I have it working. And we have the Jenga tower. I played a game of Jenga. I don't have... Again, have I mentioned that I haven't played Jenga in over 20 years? And even when I did, it wasn't like for a long time. It's like I think I've played it a little. So I did a game by myself, obviously, and I was trying to see how tall I needed to make this camera. It's gonna have to be a little taller than this. And I realized that my mic arm, you guys can kind of see it behind there. My mic arm is right here, and I move this all the time. I don't know if you guys notice that, but I move this all the time to try and get my mic closer to my face while I'm moving back and forth and side to side. It's like I'm trying to dodge my mic. So I'm gonna predict that tomorrow one of our games is definitely gonna be ended by me moving this mic and knocking the tower over without noticing it, because I cannot. I wish I had like a little like fold out table I could put up right next to me. Although that might also not be ideal because I'd probably just knock my chair into it. Which I got new office chair wheels. I got rollerbladey ones to replace the stock version ones, which are just the ones everybody has, the like black ones with like the two wheels and then the axle really high up there and like a guard on it. Um, and I've been meaning to replace them for a while, mostly because I hate it. Yeah, rollerblade wheels. Yeah. It's hold on. I can pull them up. Hold on. Let me just make sure that this isn't on that screen. It's not. Okay. Amazon. Blast orders. This one. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, nothing on the screen could be shown. Let me just take a picture of that and then throw it over on Paint. And then let me just close that so I don't accidentally reveal any information. Go over here. Go over here to the main scene. Oh, see you guys in a second. Yeah, so I got these in particular. So they're like rollerblade in the way that they're like clear. And it's just one solo wheel. And I love them. I had these down here, those like black wheels, and which I hated because I have a lot of hair. If you guys hadn't noticed, I have a lot of hair and I shed a lot. My hair falls out a lot because I have a lot of it. It actually would be concerning if I didn't have so much. And so I just constantly have, it's just going to be a bunch of hair on the ground, whether I like it or not. And it gets wrapped up in the wheels a lot of the normal office wheels. And then it's such a pain in the ass to clean them just in general. They're so like, the axle, like I said, is so high up there. And so like I'm trying to like, it's kind of like a vacuum if you guys have ever had to like clean a fucking vacuum roll or whatever, the brush, and get rid of all the hair from that. It's like that, but worse because there's no brush. It's just on a tiny little spool. I won't tell you what hair does to your poor Roomba. Oh no, that's what I'm talking about. And so I, um, it used to not be such an issue because I used to have carpet, but then I got tile in this room and the hair, instead of getting tangled up in the carpet for me to then vacuum, it started getting wrapped up in my wheels because my hair would fall out and then my standing fan next to me would just blow the hair past my chair and into a corner. And as it was blowing through, it would fall down on my office chair. And like I said, I move a lot. I try not to so much during stream, but I am constantly moving my chair around, so it just kept picking up hair. It was so obnoxious. And then like because they were getting old, like I'm assuming the grease from the wheel itself so it doesn't squeak and so it turns seamlessly. Um would get on the hairs and then it would like fall out in like this weird black clump, which then I wouldn't notice because I'm not looking down. But I would notice when it would start leaving dark marks on the floor. It was the whole thing, it was a whole ordeal, and it was mostly because I wasn't on the ground cleaning my fucking wheels every other week. Because it's annoying as hell and not the easiest thing to do because it has like the covers and the axle is super high up there. Like if you're imagining the wheels like here, the axle is like up here, and with the cover covering it like this, the only way you can access it, because it's two wheels, right? They're right next to each other, and then a cover right here. So, and then the axle up here. The only way I could get it was from like this small little angle here. I mean, you guys have seen office chairs, right? Office chair wheels. And so then like I'd have to get something to like try and hook it down. And it was the most inconvenient thing in the world, so I just never did it. My fallen hair starts clumping together under things and in corners. Yeah. I moved so I'm able to do this now because I used to have my tower where my webcam is right now, back there, my PC tower. And so I've now since moved it finally at long last off of this desk so I have more room, specifically so I can play Jenga. Though ironically enough, this is the edge of my table is right here. And I have to have Jenga right there. So you can see it on the camera well. So, I guess it's a good thing it's all clean, but I am on the very edge of my desk, of both sides. It's very funny. Hey, Jackie! Hello, hello, hello. And so but I finally got it to work. At long last, I got it to work, and I figured out about how high it needs to be. I need to readjust it, because the thing I could show you. Hold on. Everyone stop looking at the Jenga camera. It's about to go on the ride. It's about to go on the ride. Everyone stop looking at it. This is what I have my camera set up on. You guys can barely see it. It is a Dia de los Muertos, like, it's not really a cup. It is like ceramic, but it's not really a cup. And I got it for Dia de los Muertos with a bunch of candy inside of it. And this is what came in the Jenga tower. And I just shoved things in there so I could prop up my webcam because it has to be on its side. It can't be like this. It has to be like that. And it's a cheap little camera, so it can't like go on a swivel. But that's like my professional setup I got. It's cup-like, exactly. I made video ramen because we deserve that. Exactly. No way this can go wrong. Exactly. Everything is working as intended. Okay, everyone stop looking at the Jenga tower camera because it's about to go on a trip. On our favorite rocket ship. Everyone stop. No one look at it. No one look at it. Everyone stop looking at it. Oh, it took me forever to get this leveled out too, at least for stream. Sorry, it's just barely in my reach where this cup is. We'll just move you over there. It's cup-like, exactly. So that is, so I have room over here now, which is great. Everything over here on the Jenga tower thing is clear now, so now I can do other things, which is fun. Like, all the things I usually would want to put over there, I can put over there now, which is I'm very happy about. Only thing I really need left to do is clean under my monitor, because right now I have this thing. This is my third monitor, aka my drawing tablet. Also, you guys can barely see it. It has to be like right on me. You know, this is why we have a second camera now. So I have this I have this second tablet, a drawing tablet, right? And it's not very big, but it's not very small either. Meaning it is almost inconveniently shaped, for where I have it on my desk. However, that's fine because right now I don't have a stand for it. I would like to get some sort of stand so it's like it can be slanted like this so I can see it. Because right now, instead of slanting slightly like this, how I have it, it slants like that. It slants like that. So I would have to like look at it like this if I wanted to actually read what's on it, which is inconvenient. And that's the built-in, right? So I am instead, right now I'm propping it on some boxes. which is not the best because they take up a lot of room on my desk, a lot of real estate that I could be using for other things. So I am now on the search for a stand that doesn't raise it. Like it I don't need to maneuver it. I simply need to put it on there and then take it off. Put it on there and take it off. I just need it not to fall over. So that's what I'm on the search on for right now. Um and I can't do anything about it. So I just have 2 boxes. Anyways, okay, but the improvisation is the way. Exactly. Look, we just have to make it work. If we can figure out how to make it work, that's all that really matters at the end of the day. Let's be honest. For example, on the box that I'm leaning my my tablet on, and my desk mat is holding it in place so it doesn't slide down. I have the desk lamp I'm using to light up our beautiful Jenga tower box that we have right here. And we'll then do the Jenga blocks. I did play it a little bit, so I learned how to play Jenga. I don't know any of the informal rules. Like, I don't know if there's any like Uno like rules for Jenga, like some faux pas you can do. Don't know any of that. Again, I've never played this. And if I did, it was when I was a young child, and I do not remember. So we're gonna be playing it by ear tomorrow. But today, I have the cards. So this is what the layout's gonna look like. I'm gonna be here. What's this? It's over here. What is this? What's that? What are you? What is that? What is that? Oh, it's you. Oh, it's my it's my headset. I'm just like, what is this behind me? It's my headset in the Jenga tower camera. With my deteriorating. I need to buy new earmuffs for my. You can't see it. New earmuffs for my headset. I don't use it that way anymore. I connect it to my headphones because I learned that if I connect it through this, I get the good audio of my headset instead of the audio I usually get. And I usually wear them like headphones, but my ear muff started literally falling apart this winter. And so I need to get new ones. I don't like paying shipping for things. I know it's very important. I just don't like paying for it. And they are SteelSeries Arctis Pros. And so the like $10 I would pay for the earmuffs, I'd have to pay like another, I think, $7 to $10 for shipping, I think it is, for just the earmuffs. So that would incline me to then want to buy something else. So I'd either get free shipping or it makes the extra $7 to $10 I'd pay on shipping a little less painful. But I don't want to buy anything else from SteelSeries. In fact, I don't really even want these headphones anymore. No, I don't really use them as headphones anymore. And I've been kind of disappointed with them ever since I've gotten them. I was hoping they'd have a little bit better audio quality for how much I paid for them. And instead now I'm saving up. It's a long-term goal because I don't need headphones right now. But I would like to get them before the end of the year. I want to get the yep, it'll come to me. It's not going to come to me. Hold on. I was talking to a friend about them. Hold on. Let me just look at our calls real quick. And let me just look up headphone in our DMs. The Bear Dynamics and DT990 is the brand that I'd like to go with this time. I want a headset without a microphone because I think the microphone adds an unnecessary amount of. Not an unnecessary amount. Obviously, it's necessary, but to me, I'm not using the mic, so it's a waste of my time to have a mic there. And I think that is That is adding to a cost, and that cost I would rather be paying for audio quality as opposed to a feature I'm not gonna use. As with most things with the Arctis, I think they're a great headset if you don't have a mic. If you don't have a mic, nor do you have any like professional audio anything, it's perfect for it. But anyways, I am almost done with our cards. I'm so close. I had to not do anything this weekend because I I did not feel good this weekend. Honestly, just didn't feel great. So I instead just played Stardew Valley um and just like kind of relaxed. And honestly, it worked because I felt fine on Monday and I felt great today. And tomorrow, hopefully, I also feel awesome. But I am. Oh, I don't think I have. What do I have on the scene? I think I can change to this scene and we can make this work. Hold on. Oh, yeah. The rollerblades. We're gonna click onto that. And then I can turn that on. Oh, I'm on this side. Okay. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm also really large. Was I reacting to something last time I did this? I'm also inverted. Let me just, where is it? Boop, there we go. I am on the 7 of spades, which is the last suit I need to do. I'm done with our diamonds, our hearts, our I'm done with all the clubs, I'm done with all the diamonds, I'm done with all of the hearts, and now I'm on the 7 of spades. These are all our cards for the most part. Can you see most of them? Yeah, you can see all of them. This is what we got going. It doesn't look like a lot when when I only have to scroll like once to get to the bottom, but holy walk frickin' moly, man. I also think my head has hurt a lot because these are very bright colors to look at all day. But I've been putting in a lot of work on it. And I'm happy with it. I'm happy. I'm excited to have them tomorrow for the game. And I'm excited to get these done. The raiders were not actually as difficult as I thought they were going to be. I thought the raiders were going to be the most obnoxious part of this. And they ended up not being. And I'm very pleased about that. Let me move this down here. It's about right there. Because I need to pull up. Nope, not that one. This one. Why did it not pop up? Do I have the PDF off? I do have the PDF off. What was I doing last time we streamed this? That I don't have these things up. Wretched Wasteland, once again. So I've done a little bit more reading on this. Oh no. Oh no, have I broken? Oh no. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I've broken my PDF. Please close that window. No? Okay, that's fine. I will go to Task Manager, and Task Manager will close you for me. There we go. Now when I click on you again. So I did a little bit more reading about this system, a little bit more comprehensive reading. So Wretched Alone, or Wretched Wasteland. Wretched Alone, I think, is just a tagline. Wretched and Alone. It is by Stuart Watkins. They wrote this. However, this work is based off of The Wretched, that solo TTRPG, which actually Trooper recommended to me. Trooper recommended The Wretched to me as one of the solo TTRPGs I should play. And I was like, I looked it over and I was like, that's very interesting. However, I think because it has a Jenga tower and I need cards, I feel like I can't do that on stream right away. It's not something I want to invest in, getting a secondary camera and a Jenga tower, because these things apparently $20 now. I don't know why kids' toys are so expensive, based on the fact that kids go through them like paper, but I'm unhappy with how expensive it was. Although I guess $20 is like the new $5, so I guess technically it didn't cost anything, but I am living in a time and world where $5 still costs something. Yeah, it's $20 for this Jenga tower. The webcam costs less than this Jenga tower to me. It was ridiculous. When can I get a refurbished toy? Anyways, and it was the cheaper option. Yeah, Jenga tower prices are wild. I didn't know that Jenga tower was out here like that, but apparently they're out here like that. But yeah, so it's based off of The Wretched, which is by Chris Bissett, and I am and so reading through this, they also said that they had inspiration from something else. It was The Wretched and something else. I don't remember where it is. But I was like, oh, that makes sense now that I know a little bit more about this game. Also, I don't think they might say it somewhere, but it's also heavily influenced off of Fallout. I refuse to believe they did not have any Fallout um influence from back in the day before it was cool. Wood is wildly expensive for something that grows on trees, right? Right? Oh my god. I have my Jenga tower plus an old Uno Jenga tower, and I love them. I saw the Uno Jenga towers. I was very tempted to buy it just because I think it would be a little bit more visually appealing to see on stream, but I didn't because I was like, maybe it would be more obnoxious on stream. I believe Wretched and Alone is sort of Wretched's powered by the apocalypse. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see. For the Wretched, it was also things like Alien and Inverted Horizon. Yeah. I've seen the Uno Jenga towers before. Yeah, I almost bought it, but again, this is classic. I don't know if you could see it. It's called classic Jenga, which I would assume would be the cheapest option, and it was. The only cheaper options were a tumbling tower, not Jenga. But all the reviews said that it was kind of trash, and I was like, well, if I'm gonna pay $2 less for a tumbling tower, I might as well pay the $2 and get the classic Jenga. And then if I bitch about the Jenga tower, I could just be bitching about Jenga instead. I don't know if you guys. So my technique for looking at reviews for items is I don't look at the 5 stars. I don't look at the 1 stars. I only really ever look at the 3-star reviews. Because if you're giving something 3 stars, you have an opinion. Right, like if you're giving something 5 stars, you're just like, get out of my face. If you're giving someone a 1 star, you're like, this sucked, and you're done. Sometimes they're strong opinions, but sometimes 1s and 5s are also like heavily influenced by people who are just like, oh, I got this for free, 5 stars, or 1 star, it's I fucking hate this company, 1 star, I've never used the thing, but fuck them. I'm gonna make up some shit, right? But if you give it a 3, that means you mulled it over, right? You sat there and you thought about it. You were like, I don't like this. And here are the reasons I don't like it. Because it was good, but like also not that great. And let me tell you why. And I appreciate the 3-star reviewers. And that's who I look at everything for. So if you guys were looking for unsolicited advice on how to check reviews for items, just check the 3 stars. And if there's no 3 stars, do the 2 stars or the 4 stars, obviously. But yeah, I just did 7. I did this right before I rated tonight. Finished it, and I closed the program, and I went immediately into doing raids, which is fun. Spade 8. Yeah, I'm doing this tomorrow, Wednesday 6. My goal is 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is when I'm going to hop on stream and we're going to get started doing this. I'm hoping beyond everything. I feel very confident I'm going to get 8, 9, 10 JQK, 6 cards done. And I feel very confident then I'm going to do that early on. I'm not going to finish it right off the bat. Where is 7? Why is the 6? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did I skip one? Hold on. I have A, which is everything goes black. Thick blacks. I'm on the wrong thing. I'm on, let's see, 2, find the small cache of drugs. 3 is friendly face. 4 is the carnivorous plant. 5 is somebody who went crazy. 6 is I forgot to duplicate it. This is actually 7. Oh, I forgot. I have to rewrite 6. Hold on. I have the card somewhere around here. I'll just read that. Oh, I should put on like music or something, right? That's probably like ideal. My headset just turned off because I'm not listening to anything. Absolutely tragedy that the algorithms essentially treat anything other than 5 stars as 1 stars. Yeah, I know. It's like we're very much a very polarizing uh environment right now. I love and hate the Spotify playlist for like your everyday playlist. Um I really like it. However, hold on. Is this a good Girl in Red? Yeah. Girl in Red has one of her albums where she's just chest out. She has her boobies out. I don't want that popping up on stream, even though it's technically artistic. I shouldn't get in trouble for it, but um, I'm still scared about it. But this is my public playlist for this tonight. Um, this is apparently what I apparently commonly listen to on a Tuesday. Apparently, Overthinking Tailspin Tuesday night. Because I listen to Tailspin and Bitter on Tuesday nights. With a sprinkle of overthinking, tailspin, venting, comforting, crying, and panicked. Like, why would you do that to me, Spotify? Like, I'm in a great mood today. I'm doing great. Why would you do that to me? Just because I like listening to chill, sad music doesn't mean that I'm sad. Is it my fault that Taylor Swift's latest album is all depressing? I don't think so. That's not on me. That's not on me. Is it my fault? It's a kind of a banger? I don't think so. Anyways, Spotify, how dare you? How dare you? I'm unhappy with this discovery. Okay, I'm looking for the Club 6. Oh, Spade 6. One day I'll learn the difference. Okay, I don't really need to do this because I don't think I'm ever going to come back and re-edit these, but it would bring me comfort knowing that I have it in case anything happens. I can't believe Spotify called me out so hard. Look, it's totally normal to listen to sad music. Honestly, I feel like that's just the vibe of the 2000s, 2020s. So like I would like to humbly ask artists to write bangers again. All right. All right, and now I'm going to duplicate that layer and delete that one, and I'll call this one 8. There we go. All right, I'm on 8, 8. This is the last level. Yeah, what's your helpful tip? I would love a helpful tip, Bude. Wait, it's not 20 years of emo rock? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and 4 stars is just as good. They just had more. They just consider they have standards. Is it so bad to have standards? I put my hair up again. I'm in between being hot and cold, and I'm yes and I'm no. I was also maybe last Tuesday. I was also listening to music. So our next solo TTRPG is going to be Void AM 1680. I think is the name of the system. I saw it a couple of months ago when I was looking for solo TTRPGs, and then it's just popped up in the periphery of my life a couple of times, enough that I'm just like, okay, I'll check you out. And it interested me enough to be our next solo TTRPG. And that involves a lot of music, looking through music, and you're basically creating you're running a radio station, so we're going to be playing a lot of music. And so I was going through music and answering some of the prompts for myself, seeing like how feasible it would be for me to play that game. And some of the questions are like, what would you do if you were like heartbroken, or like what were you listening to in high school, or stuff like that. And I was not listening to happy music in high school. Let's just put it that way. Spade is another term for shovel, and it's way easier to dig with a spade than a club. True. I'll try to remember that. I'll try to keep that in mind, Bude. That's a really good tip, though. Thank you very much. I look forward to trying to figure it out. Trying to remember that. Okay, I'm not doing anything here, so it's a 0 there for our Jenga tower. And you guys, I think, have missed all the ×2. Yep, you guys have missed all the ×2s. The entire last section was all ×2, ×2, ×2. When it came to the dice. Alright, time to... Sometimes I feel a little weird rewriting what somebody else has written for their game, but at the same time, I have a word count that fits in these cards. And also, sometimes these cards look weird if words don't go to the end of the description box, so I have to also keep that in mind as I'm writing stuff down. So like I feel weird, but also there's also been a lot of typos in here, and they're also from Europe. So they're not necessarily some type of other typos, but they pretty much look like it to my American eyes. White fur covers their sleek bodies. Radiation and the struggle for survival have mutated. Oh, right, the white rats! Oh, I went on a whole tangent about this. You guys have missed out on every single tangent I've gone on in my head, and it hasn't become a tangent because I just grumble to myself about how 200 years in the future this wouldn't be a problem, or this wouldn't exist, but here we are. I think in our headcanon, we're just gonna have to say this is like 100 years in the future or something. Because I'm having difficulties reconciling with some of the facts of this game. I try to keep my prompts short, but sometimes I get over it still. Yeah, it happens, it's fine. I just don't have the room for a lot of flowery language in mind. And if I do, I have to shorten it. I try to keep the energy of the description in how I shorten it, but not always. White fur covers their sleek bodies. Radiation and the struggle for survival have mutated the rats in the area. They scamper as you walk through the area. You don't have to like that. It's just I don't need the area again. I understand why you would put that. They look delicious. What do I do? In the survival situation, I guess they would look delicious. However, here's the thing. Why would you say the struggles for survival as one of the options when it's notorious? I feel like a very well-known fact that albino animals don't exist commonly out in the wild. Not so much, I mean, because it's a heavily recessive gene and mutation. However, they also don't survive because they're pure white in an environment not made for that. Therefore, they are easy prey. Are you telling me they have no prey animals in the area that would risk them being white? I have issues with this. I just have I'm changing them. They're a different color. They're not white. Fuck it. They're not gonna be white. I simply refuse. They're not gonna be white. Like in a radiated hellscape, they would still be. There's a reason with them existing for so long that they are mostly gray. You know? Hey, Kalino! Rodents of unusual size, I don't think they exist, unless we're dealing with perpetual winter. That's what I'm saying. I'm giving so much leeway to this scenario because we are in a fantasy world, you know, in a fantastical world in which an apocalypse happened with a fallout like nuclear winter. Okay. Um, I'm gonna call them brown. I'm gonna say they're brown. I can see because this is supposed to be like a wasteland, a deserty area. I'm going to imagine that they are brown and to make them a little different than white or gray or black. I was gonna say like burnt orange, but that's too long, and I don't think orange would either be a good one. And I don't know if there's like another short, easy to know name for like a burnt orange look. So we're gonna go with brown. Rust. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Rust. Rust tinted critters scamper away as you walk past them. Walk around them. Radiation. Mm, why not? Um, not in love with the fact that these end almost. They're almost the same length. Absolutely delicious. They look absolutely delectable. They look like dinner. That doesn't solve my problem though. It's getting late and they look like Russ. It's almost like I get paid to write or something. Okay, Jackie. Thank you. I appreciate it. Did you guys do Pantheon? I did do Pantheon. Yeah. It was good. I enjoyed it. Very, very worthwhile. If there is any raid gun that you have not gotten, that is from Val, Ron, or Deepstone Crypt, it's and if you and or if you need spoils, you're gonna get a lot of loot. I got 50 spoils, I believe, for the full run. And also this would be the week to do it because it's still -5. It's gonna get more difficult as time goes. Um, yeah, it's really good, Luke, and it was fun. They changed up the encounters to make them a little less. If you farm them, it's a little less typical to what you're used to. Although the tormentors are easily dealt with, um, they are tiny tormentors, so you can disorient them. And if you're prepared, which you should be in a raid, if you're prepared at all, you'll be good. You'll be Gucci. Sorry, I have things behind my camera. I got some red borders. Yeah, you got a lot of red borders. And you were able to use some harmonizers, so you're getting closer to your stasis machine gun. Let's go. Um, yeah, I got 2 red borders on Earth in my Golgoroth run. I got one in the one. Yeah, I got one in Zoroth. You get an adept with each run. By the way, you get one adept weapon that drops for you. I got 1 red in Caretaker, I think. And then you're able to pull your reward um on the last boss, where you can get Eyes of Tomorrow, Touch of Malice, or a Harmonizer, or 3 Ascendant Shards, I believe, are your or no, I think it was a Cipher you get. I believe those are the rewards you can get at the end, and I still hadn't gotten Touch of Malice, so I got Touch of Malice now. Um, and then you're also able to buy from the shop at the end of Atrax, which is the end. So you can get another red border with all the spoils you've gotten and plus some. So yeah, exotic ciphers. So it's wildly worth it. I think I got a red border heritage, which was nice because I still need the heritage. It was great. I'm a very big fan. 10 out of 10. Would do again. Um, Okay, I think we got there. Oh, I also changed up the beasts. They're like Komodo dragons now, or like a monitor lizard, is what the mutated dogs are now in this game. Because I know people feel very strongly about their pets, and I did not want to fuck that up for them. Hold on, you guys don't have to listen to this. Is it that one? Of course, the song would end. No, it's not that one. Is it this one? No, 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 no. I'm just gonna do that. That'll stop it. I know I'm trying to not always play music on stream. I feel like I should. Um, but I'd have to put on a different playlist for you guys. Because I know that when I'm listening to streams, I'm listening to my own music sometimes, and it clashes with whatever I'm listening to. So I'm trying to get out of the habit of playing it, but I need to listen to something. So I need to keep that in mind when I'm doing this. Um, we'll do again and farm again. Yeah, I signed up for Thursday, I think. Especially right now, exactly, because right now you're gonna get a lot of stuff. All right, a lot of rust tinted scamper. Although I'm gonna call them rust covered, they're not actually gonna look rust covered. I think they're gonna be blue. Blue is the first. This has been a very orange and blue um run for me. But yeah, it's fun. I liked it. It wasn't too difficult, especially again right now. Shape these a little bit so they don't look too much like sperm. I don't think there's anything I really could do to make these look a little less like sperm unless I gave them more details. I'll be honest with you, I don't got detail kind of time, so we're just gonna have to use our imaginations while looking at these. Maybe I could give them like maybe whiskers. That would give it a less of a spermy look. Um, better, much less seminal. Thank you, thank you. I'm okay. I'm simply okay with leaving it like that. I am simply a-okay with that. Um, should I put a little bit more thought into it? Absolutely. Am I going to? I am absolutely not going to. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go into here. I don't have thinking time right now. If I'm not feeling inspired in any which way about it, I just have to get through it. In my last one, this one, I really wanted my character or the scout character to be in the card, but I drew this guy first, right? I drew that guy first. And I had when I came up with this vision, I came up with my scout holding his arms up, their arms up, and I simply finished the guy and I'm like, this is perfect. I don't need to touch it anymore. And then I was like, oh, but I really want my guy. So I had to go back and do it, whether I liked it or not. Um, because otherwise I'd be like, oh, but like, what if I had done that? All right, we're on 9 now. And card 9. Better is the enemy of done. Exactly. 9, we are pulling from the tower. Alright. And then we're coming up here. We're duplicating. When we're in the home stretch, I just have to go, you know? These cards don't take me a ton of time to do, but with so many of them. If honestly, if I didn't have to keep rewriting all these descriptions, this would take me a lot less time. But because I have to rewrite them, I have to sit here and really contemplate. Maybe it would also would take me longer because I sit here and contemplate a lot what I'm writing. So I've already thought about the scenario, right? Oh, my Deathclaw. You are small and insignificant. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You stand in what looks like a crater from a bomb blast. When you step back, it's a gigantic clawed footprint. Something huge has grown in the deep waves and made its way through here. You were small and insignificant. I don't know if I'm overestimating how large a bomb blast is or if they're underestimating it. When I say crater, I think large. I don't think small. And maybe that's on a me thing. Decided what looks like the hole from a bomb blast. Decided what looks like the hole from a giant grenade. But when you step back, mhm, you stand out over a crater from a bomb blast. When you step back, you realize it's a gigantic clawed footprint. Something made it. It makes you small and insignificant. I act like that. Yeah, footprint at crater already implies it's large, exactly. I like that. I very much appreciate this. The last thing I really want to be doing is thinking about what I'm writing here. For what I'm going to draw for this, it's going to be so tiny. So thank you very much for the rewrite. Footprint. Yeah, footprint's one word. Please stop lagging. I'm begging you. You made it. Will you stop turning off? I know that this isn't a writing program, but it really annoys me how how slow you can type stuff in here. Stand over, create from a blast. Stand over, creator.
Yes!
Hey, Kai! Thank you so much for the raid! Thank you so very much. This is not the first time I've been jump scared after reading something. Where I tried to place myself in that situation. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for the raid, Kai. I hope you're doing well. Hope the stream went well. I didn't see what you were playing this time around. What were you up to, Kai? I hope you're doing well on this day. Let me see. What was the Kyphorus playing? The Kyphorus? Oh, Dragon's Dogma. Okay, I see you. I've seen people play this recently. And I think it's funny. It's not my kind of style. I'm currently, I don't know if you guys know this, if I've told you this. What, you didn't play that today? You started with Gray Zone, then moved. Oh, it's because you don't have VODs on, Kai, so I can't see what you last played. I have to rely on whatever Twitch tells me. What did I play today? We started with Gray Zone, then moved to Sea of Thieves, and ended with a hunt game. Okay. Cooling down with a hunt game. Of course, natural. That sounds like fun though. I don't know what Gray Zone is, but I am familiar with the other two. Sounds very fun. Welcome everyone. Right now I'm working on some cards that I'm making, a 52 card deck that I'm making for a game I'm playing tomorrow. It's literally a deck personally just for me. In the game, you have to pull a card from a 52 deck, and whatever that card is, so like, let's say I pulled a 6 of spades, then I have to go to a PDF and then scroll until I find the spades and look for 6, and then I have to read what the prompt is there, and I have to do that between 1 and 6 times every in-game day. And so that didn't sound like fun to me because I'm going to stream this game tomorrow. That didn't sound fun to me, having to like type everything out and then like spend all that time. What a bother. Instead, I'd rather spend my time making a custom 52 card deck where I make a card for each number and suit, and then write the prompt in a description box like a TTG game, and then put some icons on the bottom to indicate other information I have to do when I use that card. For example, on this one, I have to pull a block from a Jenga tower. As you can see over here, our Jenga tower, or our Jenga box. The tower's inside, but that means I have to pull a block from the game, and if the Jenga tower tumbles, then we lose the game. And yeah, so that is what we're doing today. I'm almost done. This is the last suit we have to do. We are on our spades, and we're on number 9. We're going in order, so I have 10, J, Q, and K left to do. So 4 more cards after I create the illustration for this one, because I'm also illustrating them in a very quick manner, because I'm not an artist, and therefore not that picky. And I'm also rewriting what's in the game itself, because I have to fit it in this small little box that you guys see. And the person who wrote this game didn't have that restriction. They could write a long prompt with many words, as many words as they wanted, actually. And I don't get that luxury, so I have to rewrite them every single time. So that's where we're at. And we're just starting card 9, which is you stand over a crate. When you step back, you realize it's a gigantic clawed footprint. Something made it. It makes you feel small and insignificant. And because we have to pull a Jenga card, we have a chance of dying on this one. Or calling it GG, which I'm considering dying. I don't think you necessarily die, but you don't win the game, so you're probably dead. Oh, this game takes place in the post-apocalyptic world, supposedly 200 years in the future, and you are a scout trying to make it back to your compound while being chased by raiders, who are this very violent group of raiders who put violence above all, violence and gains above all. So you are running quite literally for your life, and at every turn in this game, it wants you to die. So tomorrow I'm going to be playing this game. We're going to see we're going to see if we can get a scout out. I'm guessing I'm going to play like 3 games. Because the other thing that I'm going to be working against myself again, if this Jenga tower falls, game over, man, right? However, if you would look up here just a little bit, this is my mic arm. It goes right over where this Jenga tower is, and it has very little space between the tower. The tower is probably actually more down here, between the tower and the mic arm. So I think I'm gonna knock down the tower by moving my mic around, because I like to move it around to be closer to my mouth so you guys can hear me a little bit better. But that means I have to extend it down, and I assume I'm gonna do this. I'm almost contemplating moving my mic arm to the other side of my desk, but I almost think it'll be funnier if I do knock it down with my mic. So, two wolves inside of me. The one that thinks it would be real funny if I do it, and the side of me that kind of wants to win the game. So that's where we're at right now. Right now, final stretch. Again, I'm doing this game tomorrow, so I need to get these cards done tonight, so I could throw them into the program I'm going to be using to show them on stream, so I could pull them like an actual card deck, a digital card deck, that is. And yeah, and because again, this is my own deck for my own uses, I don't really care how these cards look at the end of the day. I just want them to be visually appealing for stream, which is why we've gone with this sort of like hyper pop look, where everything is kind of the wrong color. And so like our guy down here, our scout, this is our reoccurring character in these cards. He is green, and has red armor. And then we have our fellow over here who's trying to rob us, who is yellow and has purple eyebrows, which, not really common. I gave him a mustache and a goatee, and he's real angry. He's holding what can only be interpreted, obviously, as a sawed-off shotgun, because I know what those look like. His legs are a little off-kilter, but, like, look at him. He looks very angry. And he's wearing, pink, blue pants, which, not totally abnormal, but like in the post-apocalyptic world, a little abnormal. Also, the ground is orange and the sky is pink, so aiming the bong at him, take a puff, bro. Look, some of the guns are bangers, most of them are not. Just like most things in this deck. Some are bangers, most of them are not. We're here just to try our goddamn best. Why? Oh, I bet you I did that. No. It's because you're invisible. Figured it out. Math, we figured it out. But that's where we're at now. And I don't necessarily have any rules for what the world looks like. I change the color of the ground all the time. I change the color of the sky all the time. The only thing that stays consistent, kind of, is the color of our scout. For the most part, he is always green. Our scout is green. Other scouts I've depicted in other colors. Other non-dangerous, questionable characters are not green. And dangerous figures are usually always pink. And guns are, I think every gun I've drawn, I think is this blue color. So I think that's consistent. Things that are dangerous are mostly pink, or things that I want us to perceive as could be dangerous. I make pink. But yeah, I'm trying to make everything as non. I need a banana for scale here. How do I? Let me do like a can or something here. But yeah, I am no artist. I'm just gonna become a very apparent very quickly. Different biome, different color world, it fits exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because it's crushed, we have to meet that energy with a can that we would also crush given the opportunity. So we're doing our best, is what I'm trying to say. We're no artists, so we just are doing our best, and because everything is wacky colored, it becomes a little more difficult to. We have to make our brain be artistic. But it also means I don't have to sit here and be like, man, this is the worst thing I've ever made in my entire life. I could just be like, well, that was a project we did, and then call it a day. I'm putting too much emphasis on something that's going to be so tiny. But that's show business, baby. You know, remember that you guys aren't listening to the music I'm listening to. Yeah, and you remember you guys aren't listening to the same music I am. Because I'm just like, oh, I should be quiet during this loud part or something. No, not a worry I need to do. Okay. We have our banana for scale. I'm gonna scale this down a little bit again. I'm gonna throw it up there. Okay, now we can come over here and do our giant clawed footprint. Hold the pen correctly, PB. There we go. That makes a little bit more sense. Whew, okay. All right, we're going. My light is in the way of the screen, so there is a glare on it that's not usually there, and it's so obnoxious. I'm not used to it being there, so I can't like lean back and look at the screen like I usually want to. All right, there we go. You feel small and insignificant. I could have also put me there for scale, but I did not wanna, so no, I do not want to replace that. Sorry if that was extremely loud for you. That was a now whoop, jump scare. All right, we are done with 999. All right, switch the places again. Move my move my keyboard once again back in front of me. I can, in theory, just throw it on the side, but I'm too used to this back and forth I do now. This is spade 10. Guys, we're getting there. We're almost there. And then tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time or Daylight Savings Time. I don't know for which one we're in, if either one. We're on 10. 10, I don't do anything. So we're changing back to a 0. And then I duplicate this layer. Hide that one. We make this 10. We unlock you. Go into that tool. I have to make this smaller because when I copy and paste it, I used to just type this out from the actual PDF itself, but then I learned I could just copy and paste, and I was like, well, why don't I just do that? But you can't type too fast here because there's, I guess, too many operations happening. He kneels beside an open grave and weeps. The body that lays in it is covered. The mismatched armor and ramshackle weapons brand them as a raider. They haven't noticed you yet. What do you do? I'm gonna take a drink of water before I think of how I'm just gonna completely rewrite this. I don't like when they put a pronoun here. Uh, a definitive pronoun here. I'd rather have a neutral pronoun there. They. It's also the only card I think that describes what a raider looks like. I don't think they've said it before that raiders are ramshackled. Good night. Yeah, have a good one, Ty. Thank you so much for the raid. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I hope you eat well. Have a good one. Bye. You start creeping forward when you hear someone crying ahead of you. Kneeling next to an open grave, you identify a raider. A raider. And then, I know it must be frustrating to see me type in the way I'm doing here, where I don't completely erase the previous sentence, but it is so wildly inconvenient to type in such a small amount of space where it doesn't automatically consider that space's borders. So I have to like leave things open and start a new sentence earlier than I really would want to, or like space into another sentence. You start creeping forward when you hear someone. You creep forward, listening to someone. You creep. You creep forward, listening to a stranger crying ahead of you. You identify them as a raider. They kneel there, mourning next to an open grave. They haven't noticed you. What do you do? I feel better about that. Okay. We are saving that. Boop, boop. Okay. Now we move over here down to our 10. We are on our 10. Yes, we are on 10. I cannot describe to you guys how excited I am to finally be done with this deck. I'm so excited to not have this be my ever waking thought for an entire month. To not feel guilty when I'm not working on this. Instead enjoying my free time. It's no one's fault but my own. However, I am delighted to no longer have to worry about it. the lag of me doing this. Of me just rapidly going, on the screen. And trying to fill this in. You just need to have these mostly still here. So I can make that angle again. Because let me tell you, for someone who doesn't know anything about perspective, I sure am putting myself in the position to do a lot of perspective work. Oh, I fucked it up. Let me just redo it. Fuck it. Oh, I didn't even check if I was in the right category. I really just wanted to stream today, because I am my own advertisement. And I want people to be there tomorrow when I'm playing this game. So I just wanted to make sure that I stream today so people would know that tomorrow I would be streaming the thing I want people to be watching, which is our Solo TTRPG tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to be doing Wretched Wasteland, actually utilizing this deck and playing a TTRPG game called Wretched Wasteland, in which we are a scout trying our darndest to stay alive while running back to our compound to warn them about the large raiding camp that we stumbled upon. While they're chasing us, which to me feels like an oversight, but I'm not the one who's running back. Oh, that actually looks like a letter. There we go. I haven't made up a language. I have made up a generalized rule on how to write these squigglies, so they don't look like a different a pre-existing language. Especially when I'm just writing lines in an erratic manner. It's important to me that I didn't accidentally make them look like an Eastern language. Do you guys like my trying desperately to think of what a weapon looks like? Rendition of some sort of what I would assume to be a rifle. Also, today is a planned shorter stream, but honestly, if I finish these cards on stream, that'll be good. Hey, Crit Witch! We're almost done! Actually, though, we're getting there. We're on 9. Card 9, and we're going in order, so I only have... No, we're on card 10, so I have J, Q, and K left. We're on the last 3 cards of our journey, which I'm very excited about to be almost done. Again, because I am simply ecstatic to not have to I would like to have my brain back to no longer be concerned about whether or not I'm going to finish these cards on time. But I was right. It was a lot easier to finish these cards once it was a lot easier to finish these cards once I had a definitive style. Then I get to focus on Destiny again, and then I'm focusing on and then focusing on the next game, which is going to be Void 1680 AM. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. It's something like that. It's along those lines. Trying to make this look like grass, but I fear it looks like nothing. Oh, it's a little bit like grass. There, yeah. I'm very excited to no longer be doing this. I'm so close. It's been fun. Don't get me wrong. I very much have enjoyed the process of doing this. But also it's been plaguing my thoughts since I decided to go this route. Luckily, no dreams have been invaded by this, but I have had a lot of other thoughts that I would like to gift to a different TTRPG. Because I am very excited to work on Void on the next TTRPG, which I pray is going to be a little bit less work intensive than this one, which it should be. I'm not making anything, I don't think. Right now, I don't have any plans to make anything as extravagant as a 52 card deck with custom descriptions based off of the original text and illustrations done by me, plus learning how to create a card. I'm already doing too much, but I'm unhappy with how my grass looks, and this is the only way I can really save it, I think, for me, myself, and I. Hey, Critwitch, yeah. I've been doing well today, Critwitch. Let me tell you, it's fun seeing you guys in other streams. Just pop in. I saw Bude the other day at a Lady Luck stream, and I was like, oh, I know that person. I know them. It's Bude. And Sphinx, I've seen you over on Praxis channel, and obviously Crit Witch, I've also seen you there, and over on Troopers channel, I believe also. Like, I'm just like, look at all these friends out here watching the same people I am. Okay, we're almost done with this unnecessary detail, and then we can move on with detailing our morning raider. Okay, let's continue doing this. It's okay. I had a slow brain day, I guess. I felt like I didn't get much done today. I was trying to ship something to my mom and I was getting all the things wrong. I've been there before. Somebody asked me for my address. Anytime anybody asks me for my address, I just get a sudden pang of I don't know what to do in my soul. Um, I have to Google how to write my address sometimes just because as if I don't write my address on things normally. But something specifically about someone asking me my address that I guess I panic I'm gonna get it wrong. I'm just like I've only almost lived my entire life in the same location. I purposely gave them like greener armor because I wanted to signify that they're still human. Um, but again, you can take it as however you want. The fact that their armor is green, and take it as oh, all they do is steal from the green people. But my interpretation was to, I guess it was to do both, for you to wonder if what the green, why they're wearing green when our guides wear are green, especially when it's a consistent choice I've made, artistic choice I've made. Messiest lines I've ever done in my life. Let me just clean this up a little bit. Um, I get that though. Having a slow brain day. I've been there. Would this be more heartbreaking if there were a Get our spade out here. Swear. I'll try to remember. I'm gonna do my best to remember my spades or my clubs, especially as I have to call them out. To make this image a little larger. With that. All right. Let me just change this. Blue. All right. That is 10. We're done with that. Let me hit a cheeky little save. Export into spade 10. Let me tell you, this playlist, very sad. All of these songs, I think I have. I'm very much a crybaby. I cry at everything. What does this look like? One of Barney's relatives trying to bury a body. Yeah. Amazing. No, I accept that headcanon. I accept it. I love it. It's the color choice, I'm telling you. It makes some of the more horrific things a little less horrific. Duplicate that layer, do that. Gonna change you to a J. We're out of the numbers and into the letters. Let's go. I just need a purple arm hanging out of the grave. I'm a little morbid, but hey. Oh my god. I love that. Oh, this one's creepy. I think we read this entire page. I recognize all of these, but this is long as hell. I am not looking forward to trying to shorten this one. These are our cannibal cult. I might not make them cannibals. I'm considering it. So what I always do when I do these, the last two times I've run a solo TTRPG, I write them in the way that I want to play it. There's certain topics or certain things that I simply don't want to talk about. And I don't want to have to imagine in my mindscape when I'm playing this game. Um and there's some language that I've also changed that I feel suggested. It didn't say anything, but I feel like it suggested some things that I've also got rid of, nixed and rewrote. Um and I don't know if I want to deal with cannibals. Gathered in a circle, chanting in a string. Eight of them. Oh, let me read this for you guys, sorry. They are gathered in a circle, chanting in a language you do not understand. 8 of them dressed in dark robes covering their bodies. The chanting gets louder until they are screaming. Then one of them falls to the ground and the others jump on them, tearing them apart and eating their flesh. Um, they're still not happy, but it's still an option. 8 figures in dark robes are gathered in a circle, chanting in a strange language. They chant louder until they are screaming, screaming until they are descended upon by hungry wasteland beasts. That way, it's still unnerving, but not cannibalistic. We're on joy, everyone. We're getting there. I want you to know that I'm listening to an absolutely heartbreaking song. What is the name of this song? As the World Caves In by Matt Maltese is playing in my ears right now. The melodies are absolutely devastating. Let me do this. Yeah, actually, just get a perspective of this instead. Don't like this color. I want to make it dark blue, but I feel like that's a little too on the nose. And plus, I just made the last one all blue, and they're right next to each other. And I haven't really done that where I have two cards next to each other be the same exact color. Maybe I don't make this. Do something like that, and that will make me feel better about using a different color on the outside. I feel like red's a little too much on the nose, but like we're out here. Well, I'm just gonna what's this is gonna be is just the robed hooded figures in dark robes. That's all I'm gonna show here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, that'll be good. Where do you even find robes? Like, you have to so purposely go out of your way to make a robe in a post-apocalypse. I have to assume that everyone is like using every scrap of everything for practical things, based off how like dire everything feels in this game. So the fact that they went out of their way to make robes in this day and age, I'm just like, fam, I cannot describe to you how wildly sad these songs are that are being just played for me right now. A lot of these feel like pandemic sad songs. Gotta make these people look a little bit like Raven or Teen Titans. Like this is 100% a quarantine TikTok song, and it's called "Moral of the Story" by Ash. And I'm just like, why? Like, I understand that that's the entire point of this sad playlist that you made for me, Spotify, but like, come on, bro. Maybe they used all the cloth they had making robes and there's nothing underneath. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, if there is something underneath, I'm pissed. I'm pissed if I'm the people that they stole this from. Oh, this is too human-like. I just didn't want to make them Raider pink. Oh, I'm just now realizing how human, how like normal tone that is of them. I have plans for that. They're already that, and I don't want. Maybe I make them like this color. Give them that seafoam pudding look. I have to remember not to make anything look like normal. Aurora song? It is. It's Runaway by Aurora. It's no kimono or toga, but you know. I see, I think rose would be easier, right? Like you just drape it over. True. It's not so much like the difficulty in making them. I think it's just the use of materials. Everything in this game makes it feel like everything is so dire. Like we're desperately always looking for supplies. So I'm just like, I'd be pissed if I'm struggling for items and then these jagoffs are out here fucking making the matching robes. I'm gonna be able to finish this guy. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, and I did I finish that sentence? I need to remember not to choose normal colors for for them, because that would be the antithesis of the entire thing we were doing this entire time. Though, not gonna lie, they look a little bit like Snuggies, and I'm a little bit jealous because they do look mad comfy. Oh, I didn't change your base color. So, like, this pink, although not normal, a little too close to normal with how saturated all the colors are. That seafoam green, however, actually they do, right? Like, they look comfy. They look like Snuggies. All right. Like, could I do more details? Absolutely. Am I gonna? No. Why? Because I'm 2 away from being done, and I never have to think about these cards again, except in a purely input method. All right, Q nothing. Let's change that. It is 0, 0. You guys missed almost all the cards where I actually changed the values at the bottom of this card. I say missed like I have an obligation to stream it. I did them over the weekend. I did them yesterday, I think, actually. Which is why I didn't stream yesterday. I was just in the zone and I just wanted to get a ton done. I did like 10, 15 cards yesterday. This is my convinced typing. Oh wow. Oh man. Okay. See, had I done any of this work during the weekend, I would simply be done now, which was my plan. My plan was to be done by Tuesday, where today I would only be doing touch-ups on stream stuff. However, due to the consequences of my own actions, which I'm allowed to have, I'm allowed to not spend all my time doing this. I uh, did then force myself into a position where I am now in a little bit of a rush. I still have tomorrow to finish stuff, you know? So I'm not in like completely dire straits, but we're getting there. A tiny flash of green. Looking down, you see the sapling growing through the. That's not what I imagine when I think flash of green. Anyways, growing through the soil, fresh plant life growing in the waste. What do you do with it? Oh, I know exactly what card I'd love to get at the same time as this one because so the way you play this game is you pull these cards, you roll in d6, and depending on what you get is how many cards you pull. So let's say I pull 5 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Um, and then I take those cards, I read the prompts, and then I arrange them in a way that I think will make narrative sense, right? So, for example, if I pull the die card, I pull the Insta GG card, which is Ace of Spades. Um, that means I can choose to put that anywhere, but probably the end is probably the best place to put it. And that way you can create a narrative with the cards that you picked up that would lead you to your death, right? Um to your probable death. You're dead on that turn no matter what, but if you put other cards before it, you you get to pull from the Jenga tower possibly. Um And it's supposed to be an instant GG card, but I'm going to play it as it's going to be a GG card, but I'm going to put it where it makes narrative sense, if that makes any sense. All right. Q. 2 more cards. 2 more, and then we're done here. Then we're done, and we're ready to just input these and roll 20. And then I get to just finish the roll 20 stuff for myself. So I know where to put the cards and what size relatively they need to be. And then I need to finish this layout. I don't know if I don't think I want to put a border around the Jenga tower, which is right here somewhere, I think. Um, I thought about putting a border around it, like the same white border I have around everything else. I was considering doing that around the Jenga tower cam, but I don't know if I wanna. Oh, I'm not on that scene anymore. Hold on. Let me switch over to that side. The Jenga tower over here. Sorry, the Jenga tower cam, because it looks out of the way. But if I put it too much in the middle, my big head is in the way. And if I make it the Jenga tower cam smaller, it gets a little hard to see the details of the tower itself. Oh, I also need to create the scene so I can make big Jenga tower cam. I just do add this, and so I have this scene here, so it's big and on main scene. Don't pay attention to my bed back there, and I have it here, and I'll probably do the same thing where I black out the background. Um, so all the attention is put on the Jenga tower itself, and I have to pull it, and then I come over here and I choose, the block to take it out, and then I press a button, and then we get rid of big cam and we get little cam. Like I'll probably get rid of this cam, and that cam pops up, and then I do that. Part of me almost I'm pressing a lot of buttons right now, so sorry. Um, there we go. I'm so I kind of want to put a border around this camera, like the white border that I had around everything else. But then it kind of just looks like it's hanging off of the side, and it really emphasizes the fact that it's not in the middle. Because ideally, this is where I want it, right? I want it right there, but my big old head is in the way. But I guess technically I'm not pulling anything, you're just looking at it. But then you wouldn't be able to see, like, any of the... You wouldn't be able to see the build of the blocks, like any of it missing, right? Because ideally, hold on. Just these things out of the way. Because ideally, this is what we're doing, right? I'm distracting myself from not finishing the last 2 cars, I guess. It's like, you pull it out like that. I had to Google it, by the way. I had to Google how... Because in the instructions, I saw a lot of people talking about this. So it's going to be about right here. Let me actually, hold on. Oh, my mic is on this one. Oh, I can be talking. Sorry, I didn't think my camera would be on. Or my mic would be on the scene. I wish I could focus it, but I can't. But I would pop it like that, right? And then I would, God, it is not well put together. And then I pull that, right? But if I'm pulling lower, once it starts getting a little bit, like, exciting, right? Or I'm, like, removing the lower ones. Like, I'm doing... Hold on, speedrun? Jenga speedrun real quick. This is gonna be such a pain to clean in a second. After stream. So I won't put you guys... Sure, both of you come with me. Why not? Those you can't see, but you can see these. Sure, both of you come with me. Why not? No, I need you to stay up because I need to see... Hold on. I need you to stay up because I'm doing this for the experiment for the camera. Just need those to be in the middle. Those are the problem. Those are the hashtag problem. Lean forward a little bit. Okay. It's because I'm not balancing these out by putting them back up here. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. This is like Jenga, right? This is for the camera. This is not a game. I also don't know the rules of when you're supposed to start pulling from the top, the layers you put down. Okay. So, like, right there. Already, this needs to be a little higher. Everyone, don't look at the camera. It's gonna be shaky. Don't look. Don't look. To be something like that, right? So this is what it's gonna look like. I'm here. Yeah, if I put this here where it's more aesthetically pleasing to be in the middle of the thing, what if I instead... I don't think I can move it because I do believe it's part of the actual overlay. But if I put this up here and then move game night down, maybe? I know your first instinct is to say just put it over here, but there's going to be a map over there, so I can't put it over there. But then I would still run into the same problem. I guess you know, the game night by Stuart Watkins and stuff doesn't need to be up there. I don't have that separate. That is part of the overlay. Like, I put that down here, right? And then I have that up there. I have to lower it even more. I would be covering up game night too much. It's like, I think this is just going to be better overall. Although it looks a little weird, champ, to be like right next to me. It's so unfocused and it's so obvious when you try to read the Jenga. But I guess that's not the most important part. The most important part is that you can see me pulling it, right? And you can see me pulling it like that. And then doing things like putting it back up top, right? And you guys see that pretty fine. You see me putting up there. You can kind of see my mark arm up here, precariously close to this. I'm definitely knocking this down with my mic arm, and we're definitely counting that as a GG if it happens. It has to be like that, right? I think that's the right way to do it. I think this will be fine. It looks a little weird, but once like we're actually in here doing the thing, I think it'll be fine. I think I'm gonna move myself a little bit more this way. And then we'll do something like a blackout for the big Jenga tower. I also have to do the roll 20, which all it is just me rolling a d6. So that's going to be somewhere up above me, like right next to this cam. Like, it looks a little weird, champ, but like my desk color is very similar to that of the background, so I think it might be fine. I feel viewer attention would be centered on either you are the center where you're probably doing everything, yeah. And it's like, because this is going to be here just so you guys can be nervous when I pull a bunch of cards that ask me, or yeah, a bunch of cards that ask me to pull a Jenga piece. Like here, you're like, oh, she has to pull 2 of them. Ooh, where's she gonna pull them? I wonder, should I angle this? Should I angle it like that? Is that more appealing to you guys? So you guys can kind of see how many I have on the sides. Do you guys care about that? For example, normally you wouldn't be able to see me pull this one, right? But that way you'd be able to see that. Or be anxious when I move my arms. Yeah, because you can see my hand come through here, right? You can see my little elbow. And be like, well, just knock it over. Or the mic arm. Granted, I'm hoping it will look a little bit nicer because again, this is fallen. But I've saved it by simply hugging it for visual purposes. That might be visually better, huh? Because that way you can at least see the sides. Obviously, I don't have the lighting as well as I would like it right now. It'll look a little bit more like this. I'm hoping to figure out a way to just like light it up better. But it's going to be what it is. I might also I'll also probably raise this a little bit. So you guys can see the bottom of the desk, but really the emphasis is going to be on the Jenga tower. Once I move this desk over here, um, when I do Jenga games, I'm gonna have the Jenga tower over there on that desk, and I think the camera's gonna instead be looking at me, which is gonna be very funny. Or maybe it'll be facing the computer. I don't know. Because it doesn't matter. I think that might be the better way to do it. It looks leaning because of me. I think. Oh, it's gonna be harder to square it up though. Now maybe it's just leaning because it's leaning. Um, because I keep twisting it left and right to see if it looks better on camera or not. Yeah, because this is what it would look like normally, right? But but I think a skewed would look a little bit better off to the side. It was only a matter of time. Okay, well now the tedious task of putting it back. This is going to be the part that takes the longest time. Is putting it back. Because I don't know how to do this quickly. This is not a practice art of mine. I've done it a couple of times because again, I've practiced a little bit, but just so I don't make a total fool of myself when I'm doing Jenga things. Also, that's the most ideal way it falls towards me. Also, was that too loud? Was that loud for you guys, or was it zeroed out by my noise reduction? Oh, I have to make a playlist for this game. Now that I'm thinking about it. Ah, they're all together. This is definitely a practice skill. If you do this a lot, you know how to do this quickly. I feel like this is gonna be like a quick few minute intermission. Oh no, I'm missing one. Oh no, where did you go? I see it, I see it, I see it, I see it. It's fine. I don't know why this doesn't least reach the sleeve doesn't reach the last one. This might be more fun, I guess, if you could see me doing it, but that would be a little too much. Nope, I guess my noise reduction caught it. Oh, that's a shame. It makes such a good sound when it falls. So I would argue one of the best parts of doing this. I've read that technically I'm supposed to use this sleeve to corner this out. But I'm gonna be real honest with you. It doesn't feel like it does that job very well. I have to watch a few more YouTube videos of people who do this better than me. Who know this game much better than me. To figure out how the pros do it. They probably have like their own box that does it. Like that. It is. Yeah, I think I've only used hand or like a board. I don't play too much. Yeah, apparently, so in the instructions is you set up the power tower. Um, I was also now separating from the original thing, so I'm sure that's not helping. Minimally see, usually don't set them up as you shouldn't, as you shouldn't need to. Let everyone else do the work. That's a very funny crit witch. I that's what I'm thinking for that at least. I think honestly, yeah, I think a skew is gonna look better. All right, we're on the last two. I can't just keep doing this. I can't do the thing where I'm like, oh, I'm done because I'm basically done, right? No, I need to be done because then I get to worry about other things. All right, Q. Oh, it's just a little sapling. A little sapling should be fine. We haven't done a yellow yet. Okay. We've got yellow, and then we're gonna get a little sapling coming out of the ground. A little green sapling. That's what a sapling looks like, right? Yeah, we're fine. Sorry. Chatterino just told me that I was offline, and I was like, hello? It looks like we're fine. I cannot see with the light on. There, hopefully that translates a little bit into, like, still the other. Thank you. Well, surprise, here's our sapling, everyone. My bad, my B. Sorry. You guys just missed the entire card. There we go. There's our sapling. Sorry, you guys missed the entire thing. But hey, you get to see the finished product before we maybe see it on stream. Oh my god, it's actually showing. Oh my god, it's actually showing Spotify. That's wild. It never does that. Oh, it's on the wrong screen now. Oh, so it has to be on this screen for it to work. It wasn't working before. I just didn't even think to check this time, honestly. I need to pop this up. Also, we need to hit a cheeky little save. All right, we're on to the last card, everyone. The Spade King, the King of Spades. All right. This is a do not discard card. One of 4 do not discards. I think it's actually 1 of 5. It's a do not discard. No Jenga, no rolling. We get to come up here. Let's duplicate this layer. We're renaming this Spade of K. We're locking the previous one. All right. And again, one of the mechanics of this game is if I pull all Ks, if I pull all 4 Ks in one game, that's an insta GG. The Raiders have caught us GG's. Oh my god, we're hit by a bullet. A bullet hits us. And you fall. A bullet hits. A bullet hits next to you, and before you can react, a second hits you. You drop to the ground, the hot, sun-scorched sand burning your hands. What do you do? I feel okay. I feel okay with that. I'm okay with that. All right, let's scroll back down for the last time. Hit that Spade K. I didn't make Spade Q a card, did I? I forgot to do that. I haven't made the last 2 cards. Fuck. This is why we keep them. Here. Spade J, we are pulling from the pile. from the tower on spade J. But we are discarding. Hold on. All right, no pulling from J. So we pull in J. All right, that's the J card. Let's export that. Export that as a pung. Nope, I do not want to replace it. I simply want to steal the name. And then, okay, save that. All right, moving on to Q. Q, we do nothing. So it's zeros and minuses all over the place. We're under Q. And then we hit our Q. All right, export. Nothing, right? Yeah. These are all extremely sad songs. Just so you guys know, this playlist that Spotify has given me makes me very sad listening to it. My heart keeps going, ugh, whenever I hear the beginning of some of these songs. We are keeping this card. All right, now we go back to Spade K. Hello, Vicams. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're doing well today. You're joining us just as I enter and do the very last one of these high effort, low effort cards. High effort, low talent cards. Let's put it that way. A lot of effort. Someone who doesn't know much. Okay. We are hit by a bullet. We land on the ground. The sun-scorched ground that's going to be purple. Hope you're doing well. Um... We'll make it work. Okay. Now we are... Okay, we've been hit by a bullet. We are on the ground. That needs to be a little bit larger. So our body's a little big. And let's be honest with myself, I'm gonna be the main... Or our scout's gonna be the main focus of this scene. So need to make sure I am correctly portraying this. Proportionally, does that make sense? You know. Alright, let's go over here. Proportioned in my video game? Wait. Are we gonna go back to the patented yellow pants? I think this was the original color I made the pants. It's a little hard to see on this background, but you know what, for nostalgia's sake. Maybe I make one of the legs this way. Like, bend it a little bit so it looks at least semi-normal. Although yellow sneaks doesn't look too bad. Too bad the sneaks are the same color of the pants no matter what, because I ain't got time for that. You's not got time for that? Me. I don't have time for that. I did absolutely ignore the quote unquote armor on our main character to do the legs because the legs are significantly easier for me to do because I have zero expectation and I'm always pleasantly surprised when they look not terrible. All right. No more postponing the inevitable. We gotta do. I've just done this a million times and I'm tired of it, Grandpa. It's all right. It's our last It's the last time we have to live with the consequences of our own actions, aka me choosing to make this the scout the first time, and then the secondary option to choose to make the scout guide look the same every single time we see them. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're almost there. Is this the most necessary thing in the world that I'm doing? Absolutely not. But it is gonna give it a nice like separation from the ground. Oh, although you guys aren't listening to the Spotify, so I guess it's kind of pointless to have the Spotify up, huh? Well, I guess now you guys can know what I'm listening to when I say that's the saddest song I've ever heard in my entire life. Um, Now you'll have some context. Very tiny injury. He's fine. Don't worry, they're fine. I've never seen anything bad happen to our scout. Oh, I didn't realize that was a thing, but also nice detail. Oh, the Spotify thing, yeah. All right, that's our K. That's our last one. Live or die, find out in the game. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Standard Time, we'll be playing Wretched Wasteland using this deck of cards that I've made over the past month. All 52 of them. The clubs, the diamonds, the spades, and the hearts. All A through K. Spent the last month making them. The good, the bad, the ugly, we got them. All in this hyper pop art style. And I am very excited to be playing this game. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, we'll be jumping in and playing this game. I'm so happy I am done. We've done it. Let's see. If I highlight all of these, 52 items selected. Let's go. You are redonk and I appreciate it. Thank you. I am so excited to play this game. All I have left to do is to finish up the overlay, which is going to be using... Let me bring this over here since you guys can barely see it over there. I'm going to be using this style on the side of our screen over here on the next game night. What if I do game night and then I add display capture at existing Wacom? Only bad thing is that it's not the size of the screen. Also, on top of everything, let me just come down here. You know what? Maybe it should be on top of everything. I'm gonna have this on this side. This this map itself is gonna be like over here. Except instead of circles, we're gonna have the hexes. But they're gonna go in this order. Oh, and I meant that. I didn't know that your little person was the same color across the cards. Yeah! You didn't realize it's not necessarily a single person. It's just one of those small details that I wanted to add to it. So what you'll notice through the card, so this is our little guy, right? Oh, you guys can't see that screen. Hold on. Let me go back into main screen so we can all look at the same thing together. So if we get through them all, our first card, our first raider card, right? Our raider here is pink. They have a green chest plate of sorts. And then we have our scout, green, always wearing this red top. The pants are always different. Always different. And also their little pack here, which is referenced elsewhere. I don't do it in every card. I don't always give the pack. Only sometimes. We have our guy here again, being attacked by some sort of knife. The knife, pink. But we know this is our guy because he's in green hair, and then the red hat. Our green guy with his green hair, once more, in a red blanket. This time we have a green guy in a blue blanket. You get to decide what that means. We have our green guy here. I love this card. We have our green guy here, blue pants. Again, the pants are never the same. Green hair. Raiders, pink. and green armor plates, sky blue weaponry. I love this guy. This is my favorite. We have those enemies. Those we're being attacked by this beast that we saw in the previous card. These guys, and you can just barely see them, but you see the red hat with the with this little fleur essentially up top, and then barely the green hair and the green face, but it becomes recognizable once you see it for a while. You see these guys over here. Barely, you can just barely see them, which is kind of the point. Pink, also a pink motif exists in this game. Not always, but it's there. A bunch of people that are pink with green clothing, green armor maybe. And again, the bright blue weaponry. More pink people, green armor, blue weaponry. Green guy, purple blanket that time. Let's see. Another pink motif here. Another pink motif there. More pink guys. This is the first time we drew raiders. More pink guys, green armor, and our little green dude, purple pants this time, running away. Red armor. Our green guy, red armor, yellow pants that time. Our green guy once more, red armor. Also pink knife that they're holding. Once again, green guy, yellow pants, red armor. Green guy, red armor. Our blue pack, orange pants that time. Yellow pants, green guy, red armor. Green guy, red helmet, yellow shirt, and orange pants. You get to decide. Green guy, red armor. Green guy, red armor. Yellow guy, blue armor. Similar setup. Blue guy, pink clothing. Green guy, red armor. Green guy, blue armor. Our little green guy is down here, once again, in a precarious situation. And then this yellow gentleman is wearing pink shirt, armor, you get to decide, and the bright blue weapon, our rats. Pink guy, green armor. We have these guys completely different. Our blue guys with seafoam colors. I guess seafoam is just crazy. And then finally our green guy, red armor. Sorry, I feel for the bad. That's the vibe I want to get here. I'm going to grow attached to our little green guy, especially if he appears on several cards. I feel like that then becomes a little story, but also completely irrelevant if you want it to be irrelevant. When I was creating these cards, I wanted to make sure that I had something I learned a while back in a game where you build. One of the advice points given was to wear that if you were going to build something, keep something consistent. That way it's a less daunting task. Do things the same. Don't always change everything up, right? And so the thing I wanted to keep consistent was the art style, art poppy, hyper art pop, where it's all different, right? It's all bright. It's all not what it looks like IRL. I didn't want to stress because I knew there was going to be 52 cards, so it was just whatever we got is whatever we got. Whatever was in my brain when I read the prompt is what was going to go onto the card. And because there were so many prompts that I didn't originally want to draw a person. I wanted to, but so many of these cards had things happen to your character, to the scout, and I didn't know what to do. I also wanted this to be post-apocalyptic, and because post-apocalypse is, and especially in this game, feels very gray, I didn't want that. So I wanted everything to be dire, to look bad, but not gray. So that's why, and then I made a choice once I did the Raider. I was like, well, I've already made like 18 cards with a green scout with red armor. What if I create a motif for myself for the Raiders? Because I know that there's an entire section about Raiders, which coincidentally enough did not pop up a ton. So I created that own motif and I carried that through for me. So pink usually means danger. Like that hot pink usually means danger in one way or another. Um Even if it's just an idle danger, right? But I wanted that sort of energy as we went through this. And that's but other than that, there's generally almost no motifs. I did put a little bit of thought into it, not a ton. But I'm very excited to be done. I'm going to spend the time later to make these hexagons. And maybe I'll do something fancy like they do in the way where Ooh, I've moved this in a way I shouldn't have. I think it was like that. Should really lock the Wacom one because that's the one that I use the most and it's probably the most important. It looks the way it does. Um but yeah, so I'm gonna do the tiles themselves um on the side of the screen for our game night. I don't know if I'm going to put all that art detail next to it. I don't know if I'm going to do all the art details where they like have the like almost map feel to it. We'll see how I'm feeling. But I am just going to do the hexagons. I think that is the plan. I think that's the easiest way to go about it. And then I need to put the Roll20 above me. The like Roll20 like little section where I roll a d6. Because I'm gonna have Roll20 open anyways for the background for the cards. So I might as well use Roll20 to roll my die. Then I have the Jenga tower next to me over here. A little Jenga tower. Although my hand goes over here. Oh, it's because I flipped it. Right. And because it's a nested layer, it always... That's why it was flipped before. It's gonna be like this. So that way when I move my hand this way, you won't be freaked out when it just appears. Instead of me going this way and then suddenly this hand appears, you know? And this way I'm actually looking at the board. And then I need to create a playlist. I don't think there's any. Is there any other roles I'm missing here? There's supposed to be like a logging thing that I've decided I'm just not gonna do. I feel like anytime people like write a journaling section in their game, it's a recording tool for yourself for the future. And while I think it does offer a unique opportunity with certain cards in the game, aka one, um I don't want to. I don't want to deal with it. See, there's a whole the log section, which is, well, you guys can't see it. Sorry for that. Let me just switch over real quick. There's an entire log section here where I'm supposed to record audio logs essentially and just talk about what happened throughout the day. And maybe I'll write like a little note to myself on the side if something interesting happens. But it's supposed to be if so another scout finds you, they could read the information that you left there. And there's a singular card in this deck that this would be very cool thematically to do, but I don't think it's worth it. It's so much work for so little payoff, I think, for me personally. So but phase 1, we roll our die, we draw the number of cards from the deck, lay them face up. We're almost done with that. I just need to revise the setup a little bit. That's where I'm gonna build a narrative of the day, resolve each card to the best of the narrative ability. Then I discard the cards unless told otherwise. I can see that, especially considering you're streaming. Exactly. I think it's best if you if you can only play the game for a little bit or something. Or like if you really like this game and you want to play it a lot, you could just like refer to your old notes. Or like hit a playlist and put it on random, shuffle it, and then whatever plays. I think it's a fun mechanic, but something I'm simply not gonna interact with here. Especially because I think we're gonna get 3 games of this through. I don't think I'm ever gonna win one. So I think we're gonna get at least 3 games in like the 3-ish hours I plan on playing. Depending on how fun we find it. Let's see. And then we roll our die to check on the progress on the map, which is either going to be 1 die or 2 die, depending. But yeah, phase 2 is the log. We're not doing the log. Our survival guide is what we roll. We have to do what the cards say. And then we have the map, which represents our progress through the wasteland. The token will start at the top of the X tile, so over here. And at the end of each day, I must roll 1 6-sided die to move my token to the next tile. So the first 2 tiles, rolling a 4, 5, or 6 will advance me to the next one. So if I'm in 1 or 2, it's 4, 5, 6. Maybe I'll add that to the map, so we could see on the overlay that it's 4, 5, 6 on over there. Then rolling a 1 represents getting lost. Oh, I'm sorry. On the next 2 tiles, so for 3 and 4, I wish they would have just said that. So for 3 and 4, we need to roll a 5 or a 6 to advance. And then on every other tile, I have to roll a 6 to advance. If I roll a 1, I get lost and I have to move my token back 1 tile. For any kind of reason, it could be bridge collapsing, sandstorm, heavy rains, being chased by raiders, or any other interference that narratively makes sense, right? If I make it to the last tile, the compound, I win. So for 1, 2, I need to roll 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, I need to roll a 5 or a 6. And then from 5 all the way to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, to 9, I'm going to need... I'm going to need a token. Although we don't start on 1, we start on X. So it's 10 tiles we have to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, yeah, it's 9. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. It's 9 tiles, not 8. So this is why it's going to be a hefty task, and I don't think we're winning a game tomorrow. I don't think we're winning a singular time. It'd be nice to, but I don't think we're getting out of there. I don't think our poor scouts are making it. Between my clumsiness or absent-mindedness with my mic arm, and then not being able to place the Ace of Spades wherever I want in the deck and having it just be a random card out there. So I don't know how long the game's going to be. There's going to be no anticipation. I'm going to be scared the entire time for an Ace of Spades card. because we have 3 lose conditions, I think. We have our Ace of Spades, where if we pull Ace of Spades, we lose. Which, once again, we have to keep in mind while I'm doing all this map stuff, where I have to roll a 4, 5, or 6, a 5 or 6, or a 6 to advance. And if I roll a 1, I have to move backwards. While that's happening, every single day, I have to roll a d6 to pull cards. There are only 52 cards in the deck. If I roll a 6 each time, 9 times, I'm not getting out. I'm running out of cards, which means I'm pulling that Ace of Spades at some point. Even if it's the very last card, I'm not making it out, you know? Then half of the cards are a pull from the Jenga table. So if I'm me, an untalented Jenga player, has to deal with the consequences of those actions. And if it falls, it falls. You know, no matter what, if it falls, it falls. Then we have, so we can run out of cards, aka hit the Ace of Spades. So we have to get through this quickly. And if I keep getting lost, I'm gonna run out of cards to pull before the Ace of Spades. The Jenga tower falls. That's a loss condition. If I pull all 4 kings, which again, even if the kings are the last 4 cards in the deck, if I pull 4 kings, I lose. The raiders catch me. And so I have 3 loss conditions. Jenga tower, Ace of Spades, 4 kings. And I don't think we're surviving any one of those 3. There are obviously cards that will help us on our journey where we get to roll 2 die on like 5 or 6 of these cards, which means we get an opportunity to move ahead, which is maybe clutch in the later levels or in the later map progressions, because that means we get double the chance of rolling high. And yeah, so I'm excited. So all I have left to do is fix the overlay, do the hexagon thing, and make a playlist. Oh, and do a button so I can pop in the Jenga tower, mute everything except me and the Jenga tower. Like I did in Case Closed, where I did like lights out for it. We're gonna do a very similar thing with the Jenga tower, I think. I was hoping I'd get an idea to do something cool for the Jenga tower, but I never did, so that's where we are now. I might do like an outline though, because it does look kind of like rough by itself, but it might just be a simplistic one. I don't have a ton of time between today and tomorrow. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're going to be playing Wretched Wasteland. I'm very excited to do so. And I'm excited to die a lot. I'm very excited to see my cards in practice. All of that effort I put in, hopefully it pays off. If nothing else, if nothing else, it looks pretty, you know? Whether or not you can read it is going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem another day. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for all the support and all the advice and all of the nice words you guys have shared as I've been working on this deck and the overlay in the past few weeks. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, May 1st, I'm going to be playing this game that we've been working on, using these cards that we've been working on for weeks. And that I've received a lot of support from you guys. And I am looking forward to dying a lot and having this Jenga tower fall a lot. We'll see if I can get like a way to like get the Jenga tower noise without it sounding too awful, but maybe I'll make my own. I'll find like a Legos falling sound, and I'll just play it myself every time it falls. But yeah, so I look forward to playing this tomorrow. at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time here on this channel, PP Plays Inside. And yeah, I hope to see you guys there. And next month, and then on Thursday, I should say, on Thursday, we'll do our recap stream where we'll sit there and we'll talk about the game, what I liked, what I didn't like, what I liked on my side, and what I didn't like, and what I thought was successful, what I thought wasn't successful, what I think I could improve in the future, and then talk a little bit about the next game we're going to be playing and what we're doing for stream next month, for the month of May into June. And yeah, so I'm very excited for all of it. I hope to see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time over here on PB Plays Inside for our Wretched Wastelands game. Oh, I also need to do some... I need to do some stuff on... It doesn't matter. That's neither here nor there. I need to change the stuff, the rule commands and stuff like that for Nightbot. But that's neither here nor there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to be nice to each other. Don't forget to be compassionate. And I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye! If that didn't work, hold on. Bye! I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evenings. I hope to see you guys tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, over here on the channel. If you guys are wondering what that is, it is 6 hours ago, whatever it was, 6 hours and 17 minutes ago, in your part of the world. That's what 6 p.m. Central Standard Time is. So 7 p.m. Eastern and 4 p.m. Pacific. And from, I don't know what it would be in Europe. Maybe like, I don't know. Maybe that's 11 p.m. at night in Europe? I don't know. But thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. I'm going to go walk around, stretch, get some dinner, then finish up prep for game tomorrow. And then I'll get a good night's sleep so I can be bright and fresh for you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evenings. Morning, days,